We want to start today's show by sending our best wishes to everyone involved in the medical emergency that happened yesterday. Welcome back to Where Red Dragon Talk with myself, Luke, and today we have got Ed talking all things Wrexham. Right, let's get straight into it. Was obviously a difficult game. Ed, what did we take from the game itself?
Yeah, it was a little bit of a shock after such a good run recently, but it was a very, very poor performance, and I thought the best team certainly won. It was one of those funny games which there were little bits of moments in the game. It did swing a little bit from Norwich to Wrexham, but overall Norwich, they got up 2 goals, they hit the bar. Arthur makes a great save. I think Norwich were worthy winners, in all honesty. It just wasn't a great performance from us.
Yeah, that happens though, doesn't it? From time to time, we'll talk about the great run that Wrexham have been on later in the show. But yeah, that happens from time to time. But obviously, a positive and a highlight was Sam Smith popping up with another goal.
Scores yet again. He's been absolutely incredible since coming in for Moore. He's been brilliant, and what a finish from the header! It was an incredible header. He went off quite. Maybe not early, but towards as we were chasing the game, he came off as well. He was substituted. You wonder, would there have been any chance of maybe keeping Smith up there and still bringing Moore on? Possibly. But yeah, he's been superb since filling in. Yeah, I think he's given himself every chance to be starting for future games.
Yeah, definitely. We'll touch on that. But yeah, it was very much Kieffer Moore-esque, wasn't it? The header. He rose really well, and it was a great finish. Obviously, it was nothing that anyone could have done. It was an unfortunate event. But did you think the stoppage in the game really hindered Wrexham?
Possibly. It's hard to say. I mean, in the game, the first kind of 15 minutes, certainly Norwich were well on top and deservedly went 1-0 up. Second half of the first half, so from about minutes 20 up until 45, we were definitely on top, but we just didn't turn up at the start of the second half. I'm not sure whether that delay had any impact at all, but as you said at the start of the show, the most important thing is that whatever happened with the medical emergency, wish everyone well. We didn't play well after the game got restarted, but I just thought straight away second half we didn't come out and really play. Yeah.
Again, which like we said happens, but it did end a 10-game unbeaten run, Ed. And let's look at that in a positive way. To go on a run in the Championship, 10 games unbeaten, that takes some doing, with the games being thick and fast, especially over the festive period. It takes some doing, doesn't it?
And it's been an incredible run. It's been an incredible home record we've had since looking a little bit wobbly when we first started life in the Championship. So it's a blip. These things happen. I don't think anyone's going to be panicking at the moment. We hope we put things right against Leicester in the next home game. But yeah, the recent form has been absolutely phenomenal. So fingers crossed this is just a blip in there and we'll be back on form. Starting Leicester.
Definitely, yeah. We'll get on to the Leicester game, but you briefly mentioned it at the top of the show, and I call it a dilemma, but it's a brilliant dilemma to have. Sam Smith or Kieffer Moore. I mean, they both probably deserve to start. They're probably not going to start together because that's just not the way Parky plays and the formation, obviously, the Wrexham play. But if it was your choice, Ed, who would you be starting, Sam Smith or Kieffer Moore, in this current position?
I mean, if you'd have said a month ago, it's Kieffer Moore all day long, there'd be no doubt. How can you drop Sam Smith when every single game he seems to score? Again he starts, again he scores. So for me, against Leicester, I'd give Sam Smith the nod. He's been superb, and it's not a bad option, is it? Kieffer Moore coming on.
Nah, definitely that's one hell of a substitute to come off the bench, 100%. It's hard. We spoke to him just before the January transfer window opened, and I remember the top of the list was a striker. Do you still believe that you need a striker to walk through the door, or do you think Sam Smith has stepped up and you don't need that anymore?
I think, no, Sam Smith has shocked me. And this is probably completely and utterly unfair because he joined us last January, did really, really well in League One. And then I'll hold my hands up. I assumed that he wasn't at the Championship level. And that was unfair because he hasn't played many minutes. He hasn't had much opportunity. Now he's had the opportunity. He's certainly proven me wrong. And I know I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
But he's took the chance and now he's the natural replacement for Moore. I think the problem has solved itself.
Yeah, 100%. It's the attacking line in general, obviously, is exciting. It was a game where they couldn't really get involved with Broadhead, Windass. It didn't really click. But did you like seeing them both in the same starting lineup?
I think, because Parky's done it a couple of times now, and I think it's really exciting. We do look good going forward. Broadhead was really unlucky not to equalise. Their keeper made an absolutely incredible save to almost get the ball back from the line. Yes, that really was something. But I hope again on Tuesday night we go with Broadhead and Windass. That's an exciting. It's exciting football we're playing as well because it's very, very forward thinking. So I think the fans appreciate it. It's been a winning football, but now will Parky change things because we have suffered this loss at home? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, we touched on Leicester at home. That is the next game. They've had a strange old season themselves. They seem to win against a team you didn't expect and then lose against a team they didn't expect. So obviously they come off the back of a defeat to Coventry. What we're expecting from the game and what's your score predictions, Ed?
Yeah, well, I got the last one wrong against Norwich at home. Leicester have been a bit surprising because recently you found that they seem to get relegated from the Premier League. They're flying, aren't they? In the Championship, they're really going close to promotion, if not getting promotion. But Leicester haven't been that impressive considering they're one of the early season favourites. I still don't actually know what's happening with their points deduction, whether that's still something that's going ahead this season. I'm not sure. So they might have that looming over them still. No. So I'm really hoping we bounce back and we don't lose 2 in a row. So I'm going to go for an exciting 3-2 to Wrexham.
Yeah. What a game that would be. What a game that would be. And you weren't alone in predicting the win against Norwich. I think I went 10-0 Wrexham, and obviously that didn't happen. So we were both wrong on that aspect. Well,
at least the Norwich fans could have counted that on one hand.
I love that. Right, let's move on to QPR away. What do we expect from the game? Again, another team that's up and down. They had a fairly good season so far. What do we expect from the game, and what's your score predictions in that one?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I'd take a draw there. So I'd take a little bit maybe boring, but a 1-1 draw. If we can get 4 points out of these next 2 games, that'll get us right back knocking on the door of the playoffs, which, considering we're in January, that's incredible for me even to be talking like that. But
yeah. Definitely, they're one of the QPR, one of the teams, aren't they? That are in and amongst that sort of area, getting 3 points again, then would be massive, really. Yes. What's your score prediction? Sorry,
1-1. So 1-1 for QPR away.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that'll be right. Getting a point there. I'll take the point. Yeah, 100%. A point away at QPR. That would be absolutely fine. Right, we are now on to our next feature, which is the A to Z, and we're on to the letter M. So what do we have for the letter M for Wrexham, Ed?
So for M, I'm going to go for momentum, and it's just been an incredible rise over the past few years, and the momentum just carries on and on and on. We get told so many times that when we're in the National League, as soon as we get into League Two, the momentum will stop and things will grind to a halt for a bit. Then League One, meant to be consolidating a little bit in League One. We fly straight through it. Championship, we'll be lucky if we stay up. But all of a sudden, we're knocking on the doors possibly of playoffs. But certainly at the moment, unless something went drastically wrong and we really suffered an absolute abysmal form, we look nowhere near relegation. So the momentum's been there over the past few years, and it's something hopefully that carries on. And it does keep the documentary very exciting and relevant to watch. So the longer this momentum carries on, the more eyes on Wrexham.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's a brilliant word to sort of describe Wrexham as the whole football club in general. They've had such a momentum going forward the last couple of seasons. Yeah, huge.
Yeah, and the other one, just thinking as well, one I could have used with them is James McLean, very divisive player that Wrexham have had, has just signed for Derry City. So
Yeah,
he went, a few days ago, maybe we wouldn't have seen this coming, but he's gone. He's been fantastic since signing for Wrexham. I mean, if we just concentrate just on his playing, he's been absolutely superb for the past couple of years. I think has caught up with him at this level. He has been caught out a few times, but certainly on League Two, League One days, he's superb.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, it's just judge him on his footballing ability. Yeah, he's been good the last couple of years, 100%. Right, let's finish on our tweet of the week, and it's another stat. Actually said by the club themselves on their Twitter page, and it's the Red Dragons fell to their first home league defeat since September. Now that takes some doing as well. To not lose a game at home since September really shows how they've made the racecourse a fortress, doesn't it, Ed?
Yeah, absolutely. And who would have predicted this back in September? We looked like we couldn't get a win at home, let alone go on an unbeaten run that went past the new year. It's been phenomenal. Thing is, we have all good runs come to an end. How do we bounce back? How do we bounce back against Leicester? As fantastic as the run's been, fingers crossed we can bounce back straight away and we don't now suffer a dip. Certainly early season, I said it earlier in the pod, but we started quite shaky, both home and away, but the racecourse wasn't looking like the fortress it has been for the past 2 or 3 years. But again, now it's a tough place to go, and Norwich, that was a big 3 points for them to go to the racecourse and get 3 points.
Definitely.
At the Stoke High Grass Stadium.
It's now all on to Leicester, isn't it? That's what all the eyes are going to be focused on, and it's going to be key to see that the character within the team. Do you think Wrexham have that character within the team to obviously suffer defeat, but then come back on Tuesday night with a win?
Yeah, no, I do absolutely. And as poor as I felt Saturday was, we nearly equalised through Broadhead. We were pushing again. We still look dangerous. I certainly think this now has become a proper Parkinson team, where it is one that will fight to the end. So the characters, we seem to do best when we're under pressure, to be fair. Leicester's a very, very big game for us. We need to bounce back. I do trust that the characters they're in the squad.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I think there's a lot of character within the team, 100%, and they're going to bounce back and get a very positive week. So, yeah, thank you very much, Ed, for a great conversation as always, mate. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, everybody, for watching at home. Please like and subscribe, and please get involved in the comments below, talking all things Wrexham.